They do. Well, it's EF Press here outside the HMP Belmarsh with the brave supporters who've come here today to raise the issue of Julian Assange being incarcerated in the UK Supermax prison, HMP Belmarsh, for the past 2 years. And despite the fact he won his extradition case, he is still here. And we are awaiting the High Court and the decision whether they will hear the US appeal. And the people here are very anxious about Julian's continued incarceration. We're going to have a little chant, I think would be good. Mini chant. Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange!
There's only one decision!
No extradition!
There's only one decision!
Genocide Britain is complicit in the war crimes.
Thank you for that little war criminality. And now we're going to have a little walk.
In this criminality.
We're going to have a little walk round just to go past the gate, the part of the wall where the cells are behind, and do a bit of chanting to see if we can raise the voice within the prison, and hopefully those within may communicate that today the Julian Assange supporters are here once again, and we will be back next week at 12 o'clock on the Saturday to raise awareness that Julian Assange, despite all the legal evidence and the rulings of the Westminster Magistrate Courts, remains confined within this hellhole of HMP Belmarsh. Hello, madam.
Hi, can you please refrain from filming on the prison grounds?
Well, I'm afraid the illegality committed by kidnapping and confining a journalist cannot go unchallenged. And the public who have an interest in this case, have a right to be here. And we are very sympathetic towards Her Majesty and her grief at this moment, but we cannot ignore the fact that Julian Assange is here. And if you release him, we'll go home. Yeah. Right, and you can tell the prison authorities here that the Julian Assange supporters will be back. Right. And we are very concerned for his welfare. We're not convinced that HMP Belmarsh is safe. We believe that it has had issues with the so-called pandemic here. And I can only advise you that your legal complicity could be held to account if Julian Assange is continued to be abused by the HMP prison system here in Woolwich at the HMP Belmarsh. And it has become really a concentration camp for Julian Assange. There's no other word for it. You don't isolate a journalist, you don't put them in a prison for publishing the truth. This cannot stand, and we demand free Julian Assange!
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 Well, it's EF Press at the HMP Belmarsh. Once again, Julian still is confined here. He is still isolated, and we will be back later from the centre of London to reveal more support for the freedom of Julian Assange.